Modern aviation relies on sophisticated technology, but here's something wild. Pilots actually use something called a bird to navigate through the skies, and it's revolutionizing how we fly commercial aircraft.
That's fascinating. And you know what's really interesting? It's not actually a bird at all. It's called the flight path vector, which shows pilots exactly where their aircraft is traveling in three-dimensional space.
Well, let me paint a picture. Imagine driving your car on an icy road. The direction your hood is pointing might not be where you're actually sliding. That's exactly what this bird system shows pilots. Their true path through the air, not just where the nose is pointing.
Hmm, that's such a clever way to think about it. So, how do pilots actually use this system in practice?
You know, it's really interesting because pilots can choose between two different ways of flying, either using traditional attitude reference, which just shows the plane's nose position, or this bird system that gives them their actual trajectory. And here's what's really cool. The system automatically switches between these modes depending on what the pilots need at that moment.
Well, that must be incredibly helpful during challenging weather conditions, especially when dealing with tricky wind situations.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting. The bird actually shows pilots the wind's effect visually. Like if there's a crosswind pushing the plane right, the bird symbol drifts left, showing exactly how much correction they need. It's basically turning complex physics into an intuitive visual guide.
That's remarkable. So, it's taking all these complicated calculations and presenting them in a way that makes immediate sense to the human brain?
Exactly right. Though there's one important limitation. The system can have small errors up to about 2 degrees in track, and it depends on various aircraft systems working correctly. It's kind of like GPS, incredibly useful, but you still need to keep your eyes on the road, so to speak.
So, how do pilots handle those critical moments, like when they need to abort a landing?
Well, that's where things get really sophisticated. During a go-around, the system automatically switches back to traditional attitude reference because there's a slight delay between control inputs and when the bird shows the new flight path. In those split-second situations, pilots need immediate feedback.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like it's all about having the right tool for the right moment.
Exactly, and pilots go through extensive training to learn when to use each reference system. They follow a specific sequence. Make control inputs first, then use the bird to confirm the result, not the other way around. This ensures they're always ahead of the aircraft and not just chasing the bird symbol around the display.
That makes so much sense. It's like having multiple layers of information and knowing exactly when to trust each one.
Right, and here's something fascinating about the approach phase. Pilots can use the bird's position relative to the fixed aircraft symbol to immediately understand wind direction. This helps them know which way to look for the runway when they break out of the clouds. It's this kind of intuitive information that makes the system so valuable.
You know, it's amazing how this technology enhances human capabilities without overwhelming them.
That's really the key point here. The bird system achieves this perfect balance between sophisticated guidance and pilot control. It's transformed complex mathematical calculations into something pilots can understand at a glance, while still keeping them firmly in command of the decision-making process.
And I imagine this has had a significant impact on aviation safety overall.
Well, it's been a game changer, especially for approaches in challenging conditions. The system can help detect dangerous wind conditions like microbursts early, giving pilots crucial extra seconds to react. Combined with other modern aviation systems, it's helped make commercial aviation the safest form of travel we have today.
Looking toward the future, where do you see this technology heading?
You know, we're already seeing the next generation of these systems being developed with augmented reality displays and even more intuitive interfaces. But the fundamental principle remains the same. Technology should enhance human capabilities, not replace them. The bird system showed us how to do that perfectly, and that's why it's become such an essential part of modern aviation.